sleep, you mentioned that at the start of the interview. How do we incorporate that? And it's how big a deal is that when you consider training and diet? So, and now you're writing a PhD on it, so it'd be cool to maybe just get 5 words on it.
Yeah, it's definitely been it's becoming a more established sort of thing, sleep, or more common to talk about it, because it is a foundational health component.
Yeah.
And then perhaps nutrition and exercise come above that. But if we aren't getting enough sleep or the good quality sleep, it affects how we move or how we eat, how we feel, for sure. It really messes with our hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. I don't know if you can think of a time when you did have quite a bad sleep. You're more likely to go for the processed, more junky, convenient foods.
The next day.
Yeah, the next
100%.
day. It's so obvious, but on a more subtle level, it can still have a role in that regulation. So that's something we're looking into and with my PhD.
Okay.
But stepping back from that, we think one of the main factors impacting sleep is screens at night, and having them in the bedroom. Even
I'm a bad culprit for that.
And even till just before you fall asleep. So that's sort of an interesting area to be in as well.
So it's that. Is it something as simple as leave it in the other room, and if you just can't do that, leave it somewhere where you can't reach it?
Yeah. I mean, and now that's become a habit for me. Because I did used to do it, but now I leave it charged, my phone, outside in the lounge. And I did have to buy an alarm clock.
That's something. My excuse for having my phone at night is I use it as an alarm. So I should probably just buy that bullet.
Maybe I should start selling the alarm clocks.
You should probably sell. But there's
combined combo.
That is something I will need to change. But I think our whole chat today, there's some really simple stuff that I can start incorporating. Just the hardest part, I think, from a normal person aspect in the diet realm, where you're the expert, I can learn a lot from this, and just trying to really make things simple and then just start something rather than worrying about all the just the complex things around changing my food habits, but just doing like my diet is good, but with what we've been talking about today, I could be a lot better, and I could make it a lot simpler for myself.
And also increase confidence in knowing that this is good.
Definitely.
And that this is healthy, and I'm more in control.
Because
that's some of the feedback we've got from the book is people, even if it's just a few things, but they feel more confident in knowing, okay, this is a healthy meal, this is good.
Just a side question. From your sleep studies, this might be jumping the gun. Is there any truth to the 8 hours, or was that just a random thing, or is that an actual thing? The 8 hours of sleep, could it be less? Could it be more? Have you got any?
There is a
on
range of recommendations from 7 to 9. For adults. So that's on duration of sleep. What time? But you can jump into bed and not even be asleep.
For sure.
So from the time you're sleeping, you can count that. And majority of people don't get those amounts of sleep. And the teenagers I'm looking into, I think 50 to 90% of them don't get 8 hours. Their issue is though they have to wake up for school. But we have to get up for work too. But so there is those guidelines, but it also matters the quality of sleep.
For sure.
And that relates to this whole screen thing. But also relates to winding down, putting more effort into
actually going to bed.
That stuff.
Dark curtains, make the room dark, and go to sleep.
Start, relaxing before you jump into bed. turning the TV off. However, we are looking into, this is why we're doing this research, is Netflix as bad as, doing some homework or doing your work? Is that more stimulating versus sort of mindlessly watching something? So that's something we don't know yet. We know screens are bad, but we just don't know what's worse and how bad.
If you're actually focusing on doing work in front of the screen, or a screen off, you're just watching a movie.
Or scrolling.
That would be on through Facebook or whatever. That would be interesting.
So those are questions we don't.
Anything on, because obviously out of all the hours you're sleeping, REM sleep is only a very, very small percentage of that. Would there be anything in the research on that, or anything to measure that REM sleep is the main thing, or is it mainly just the whole sleep?
I mean those cycles we go through are really important. And they are the restorative ones and make us feel refreshed. So it's so important to have that deep sleep. And you don't want that to be interrupted too. Like you could get a notification on your phone, and that interrupts your REM sleep. I think there's stats, or there's current research says you're twice as likely to sleep worse if you have a phone in your room. Just because of that interruptions. But REM sleep is definitely important. It's quite hard to measure because you need to put all those electrodes on.
For sure,
So in my research, we're not doing that. It's more, we're observing what people are doing in their homes. So
exactly. And as you said, bad sleep leads to a change in diet on the next day. Could be. So that's obviously something you'll be looking at.
You can use your Fitbits are good. Or your trackers. They can help you look at the quantity. They also will show some REM stuff. Might not be super accurate, but it's good insights. Like educational. So that's worth, if you've got one. Because we're using Fitbits in the study.
Brilliant.
It's becoming more common, that sort of stuff.
Oh, definitely. They're everywhere. A bunch of members will have them as well. But again, I guess even with the tracking devices, still keep things simple. Like, why have a Fitbit if you're having takeaways every night and you're struggling with sleep and all the other factors? So I guess it is about making sure everything sort of fits the bill.
And that can be where it can be tricky, or it can be good to have a coach to look at what areas are my strengths, what are some things I need to work on, whether that's the sleep, the diet, the shopping, the environmental foundation stuff.
Awesome. No, that's brilliant.
Oh,
great. This was a great interview. Sorry. I really learned a lot, and I'm sure a bunch of our listeners and people who watched it, they learned a lot as well. 100%. And eat mainly vegetables. Eat everything, but eat mainly vegetables, nuts, seeds, grainy bread, and some meat. Correct?
Nice. Eat food. Not too much. Mostly plants.
Brilliant.
There you go, mate.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Brad.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
How
was that?
I'm going to nail that quote again. Hang on. We'll do that again.
It's hard. Some good questions from you.
Thank you.